And we are back on Open Line. I'm Chuck Long here with attorney Kevin Kennedy. This hour is Ask an Expert. We are asking the attorney this evening. A lot of you often call in, and I can certainly understand why, because you get a lot of great advice, and that advice that Kevin imparts also is shared so that all the viewers out there can benefit from that. So we've got a lot of you on the line right now. We do want to go right back there. If you do, by chance, if you're just tuning in, don't forget that that number on the screen is the one that you call, 737-7587.
Chuck, before we take that call, I wanted to address one thing that we talked about a little bit earlier. If you go to the emergency room, try to have someone with you. Ask them, is my insurance in the network? Are your doctors covered by my... Many times they say may or may not. We don't know. You're in the emergency. But if you don't have a good understanding, you can rest assured they're going to say it was not covered and you're getting all these bills. What do you do when you get a $50,000 bill, a $10,000, $12,000? All we have was some stitches. The ones that they cut and negotiate, have an advocate for them. They may have 25 bills. Sometimes they negotiate. In the car wrecks, you don't ever try to do it on your own. Get a lawyer, because the lawyers, we talk to the hospitals, the healthcare providers all the time, and we try to negotiate so that we can work this out to benefit our clients.
Well, and they often say that not having a lawyer often costs you much more than having that lawyer.
Yeah. That's the real world. Remember, when I had talked to these rich, I said, what did you learn from all the... They have the best lawyers and the best accountants. Why? They're paying them big. Because they're worth it. They protect, and you save lots of money.
That is it. All right, we are going to the lines right now, so we appreciate Sue calling in this evening. Sue, thanks for your patience. Do you have a question or a comment for Kevin?
I have two questions on separate topics.
Okay.
Hit it.
I'd like to know if there's circumstances where I understand that in General Sessions Court, for example, that they will often offer mediation. But is there, apart from General Sessions, can you petition the judge to order mediation, or is that just simply something that the judge would initiate?
I'll answer that one right off the bat. Yes, and you can always ask a judge to mediate. Mediation's a great thing for those who don't understand. Chuck and I are in dispute. We can get a mediator and try to resolve it. It's the way of the future. Most cases, 90% of all the cases are settled. Go to your second question.
Well, if the first one would be in the situation where one of the parties would not want to mediate, so that's
obviously
that's why
a judge can order. Remember, the court order, we must obey court orders. You know, people say, well, you're going to give the child this Friday night. I don't care what that order says. I'm not giving that child. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Lawyer can't participate in, and you better not, because you can be held in contempt, you can be jailed, and we believe in obeying the court's orders. And you have to go by that court order unless you file immediately to try to get the judge to modify it.
Right. But I just didn't know if they would do, if the court would order mediation knowing one of the parties would not, wouldn't.
They have the authority to do what they think's in the best of justice.
Okay. Second question. This has to do with a person who has a will, no children, no spouse, a sibling, and friends, but and none of those people have. They all have at least as much, money as the person with the will. So
okay.
If you donate money to charity, can that be contested by someone saying, "Well, you didn't mention that there was a child,
she's real good too. Real good. I love your question. I love the point. I'll share it with the audience. When we're doing wills and we've had a child that has been gone for years and no relationship, we put in that will, I have a child named Chuck Long. I choose not to leave him. It clears up the misunderstanding. In Tennessee, parents don't have to leave their children anything. A wife has the right to dissent from the will and take 1/3 of the estate. So the word to the wise is, can we have a will contest? Absolutely, all the time. They'd say, well, Chuck got the $1 million house. He used undue influence on our mother to get that. So they'll file a petition, say Chuck did whatever, and then we take it to a court. Most of those cases are negotiated and settled. One brother versus the other. So how do we avoid it? Do the will. And if we've got some hard-headed relatives in there, do a video will. Let's put some more evidence. Some of the biggest estates we ever handled, we were handled like, because we could anticipate what's going to happen, and we make preparation.
All right. Sue, we appreciate you calling in. Great 2 questions that you had this evening. So we are going right back to the lines, and Lamont is on the line with us. Lamont, we're glad that you called in this evening. Do you have a question or a comment?
Yeah, I got a question, man.
All right, Lamont, go ahead.
All right.
All right. We've
Hello,
got
guys.
you, Lamont.
How you
Yeah,
doing?
great.
I'm doing good. Yes, I'm doing good. I got a serious question, man.
And Lamont,
Yeah.
just to let you know, you're probably a little close to your television with your phone, so if you kind of move back or turn that
Yeah,
TV
move back?
down.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I have a thing. My kids, man, they are grown.
All right.
Yeah, well. Yeah, my kids is they grown.
And Lamont, you know what will help? Even if you just mute your television right now, just so that it doesn't interfere, so that you can hear us better.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I will. All right. And they are grown, and I'm paying child support, man. It's like, they grown. They got jobs and everything, and so they taking like $800 out of my check every month. I'm gonna fix that income, and and I take care of my grandkids and everything. I've been taking care of for 9 years.
What you can do is you have the right to petition the court and ask for a modification in those payments. Sometimes people say, okay, we got in arrears. Many people do. You're going to pay $50 a month, $100 a month in arrears. The children are up. It's only back money, but you can say it creates a hardship on you and your present living situation, and ask the court to reduce it from $800 a month to $10 a month. And so you'll see even those kind of orders all the time. So that's what I would suggest. Immediately talk to someone and try to file that petition. You have a right to file on your own if you choose to.
All right, great advice. So Lamont, thank you for calling in this evening. Back to the lines right now. Keith is on the line with us. Keith, we're glad that you called in this evening. Do you have a question or a comment for Kevin?
Is this Keith?
Yes, Keith, we are with you.
Okay, I got you. Hey, I've just got an idea that I think is like $1 billion idea.
Well, tell it. Me and Chuck want to get in. Hit it.
Okay, well, you can send a check to. No, I'm not. Okay,
I'm
I'm
going to
joking
get Chuck
about
to
that.
send
But
his check. Go ahead.
I get it. No, I get it. But I don't know. I don't have the means to make one, or how to go about doing anything else with it. But I really think it's a great idea. Now, should I get a lawyer first?
Yes.
Or how do I go about protecting my idea?
Well, Nashville is really a great place for lawyers who do trademark, copyright. They're specialized lawyers, and you can go and talk. There's the attorney-client privilege. And you can, because, one of the things you're always worried about, well, I'll go into this company and tell them, they take your idea. So it's good to try to take those steps to talk to a lawyer first. And I hope that's a multi-billion-dollar idea you have.
That's right. So appreciate you calling in this evening, Keith, and I know that helps. So, all right, we are going right back to our line. Sandra is on the line with us. Sandra, do you have a question or a comment this evening? Sandra, can you hear us?
Sandra?
Sandra.
Yes.
All right.
Oh, okay. Yes, I have a question. Years ago, I had a Walmart credit card that my ex-husband maxed out. It was in my name, and I'm no longer with him. And he left me holding the bag, and
Yes.
he's out of the town anyway for years. Well, they sent me a statement. I didn't pay anything on it. It was 2009. And so about two or 3 years, a couple of years ago, they sent me a bill saying that I owed, it had been like $600, now it's like $1,200. Anyway, I've been paying $30. I said I would pay $30, and they've taken out of my check, and it's way past
I mean, you know, they got it from a credit
collection.
Company.
Yes, I got you.
Collection, yes, I'm sorry. And so now I get a letter where they've been taking $30. I just pay $30 a month because because I'm paying something on it, but it's way I didn't realize I didn't have to pay it because it had been past due, but they're threatening me, taking me to court, wanting me to pay more.
Okay, well, here's the deal. Let me address that. One of the first things, if you catch yourself, it was 09. There's a statute of limitations that would have probably already run. Now, if you start paying on the bill, you can restart the statute because you have a relationship. We need to look at your private finances. It could be such that you have additional bills, medical bills, or whatever that you can't pay with the income that you have. So you ought to talk to a lawyer perhaps about a Chapter 11 bankruptcy or a Chapter 7. Wipe them out. If it's unsecured debt, what do I mean? That means it's not hooked to the car, it's not hooked to the home. There are ways out. So I would go talk to a lawyer privately, tell them that your circumstances, let them look at it and evaluate. And many times a letter from a lawyer will stop it. That's it. They said, okay, they've retained counsel, they've lawyered up, you hear it, and they say, let it go. You know what else happens? Tell you one more little trick. On these credit cards, somebody has to say, you charge that. They're going to really have a hard time saying, where is somebody from 10 years ago at a Walmart? So there's a lot of things, and so many times they threaten, but they don't actually go all the way through the suit.
And again, that's why you have a lawyer.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly.
If you don't advance your defense, it will not be advanced.
All right, good to know. Sandra, thank you for that call this evening. Once again, we have a lot of you on the lines with us. We do need to take a short break, but when we return, we'll get to those calls. You're watching Open Line.